Hey guys, Artist Patient back again with another Destiny 2 build video, and today we are doing a Stasis Behemoth build. Now, for the subclass, you want to have your Glacier Grenade on. Of course, you got your Shiver Strike right there. You've got your Diamond Lance, and you've got your Tectonic Harvest. Now, Tectonic Harvest is where whenever you shatter a crystal, it generates Stasis shards, and you pick those shards up, you get melee energy. Diamond Lance is whenever you kill an enemy with your abilities, it'll create a Stasis Lance, but it has a 5 to 6 second cooldown in between each Lance spawn, as far as I know. Now, Glacier Grenade is an important part for this build, and you'll see why as we're going along. So for this build, you want to generate as much grenade energy as possible. So Whisper of Shards is whenever you shatter a Stasis crystal, you will get grenade energy regen. And we're running Whisper of Torment also, so whenever you get shot, you get grenade energy as well. And going with that, we have Whisper of Rending, so kinetic weapons do increase damage to Stasis crystals and frozen targets. And the weapon we're using today is Peace Bond, and as far as I know, but let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, that Peace Bond is classified as kinetic weapon because it's in the top slot. And the main reason we're using Peace Bond is Headstone. Precision final blows spawn Stasis crystal at the victim's location, and the size of the crystal depends on the tier of the enemy. We also have Reed's Regret with Headstone, which is really good, and because we're running particle deconstruction, seasonal artifact mod for increased damage, it'll work with Reeds, and it'll also work with Telesto. And Telesto, we're running that today because whenever we throw down a Glacier Grenade, we're going to shoot it with Telestos. And Telestos, because of the way it works now, you shatters all of your crystals pretty much every time, if not half of them, and it gets you your regen straight up. So if you shatter more than one, you're getting 10 seconds instantly of grenade energy regen. So for the exotic we're using is Mask of the Quiet One, which would go really well with your fragments because whenever you get shot, you will be getting ability regen. So you're getting grenade energy on top of grenade energy regen, and when you're critically wounded, you regain maximum health on kills as well. For that, I'm also running Explosive Wellmaker, and the reason for that is whenever you shatter an opponent, or at least multiple opponents, you can create explosive wells on top of it, so you don't have to be on solar to use Explosive Wellmaker in a lot of subclasses, which is really, really fun. You also have Hands On for bonus super energy and melee kills, and the same for grenade kills and ashes to assets. On the hands, we have Grenade Kickstart, so whenever I throw a grenade, I get a slight portion of my grenade energy back once it's fully expended. And then, of course, I'm running Elemental Shards to go with that, so whenever you pick up shards, are classified as wells to help with that regen. On the chest, we're going with Bountiful Wells to increase the amount of wells we can generate, and then I just have a Sniper Damage Resist and Concussive Dampener. On the boots, Double Innervation. So whenever you pick up a Orb of Power, you get Grenade Cooldown, and then Elemental Ordnance, so defeating the opponents with your grenade, you get Elemental Wells. And then you got Particle Deconstruction and another Elemental Ordnance on top of that, and that's just to create wells on the double because we're working it with Bountiful Wells. And that's the setup. So let's get this last sector and you see how it works. So as I said with Peace Bond, you just gotta weaken him down, and that precision shot, there's your crystal. Because he was a yellow bar, or even a big red bar, can create this size crystal as well. And you see improved regeneration on the bottom of my screen whenever you shatter a crystal. Now, what I want to do here, you want to throw this grenade down, it's going to freeze them all up, Telesto, and Telesto will shatter it all, and you've got your explosive wells, you've got your shards, you've got your elemental ordnance in there as well. So everything combines. Then you've got your lance on top of it, and your lance slams down, and boom, another lance because the cooldown was there. I'm going to jump in here, and there's a lot of them here, so it's going to shatter them, and it creates explosive wells on top with your lance as well because you're shattering everything with stasis. So again, with this, it's just complete ability spam, very similar to the Hunter build I did recently, and it's a lot of fun. So you're going to throw the grenade down again, Telesto, shatters them all, and you're just running, get your lance, get your shards, you're completely full up again, you slam down, there's your explosive wells. Telesto also create explosive wells with multi-kills, so if I spam this in here, if we're lucky enough to get a couple of kills, and there's your explosive wells with Telesto, pop that down again, and it just shatters, and it is so much fun. And Diamond Lance is just ridiculous. You can also throw it with R2, and you can shatter up, and there's another Diamond Lance because the cooldown was ready, and you throw it again, switch to Telesto, and boom, and I'm going to pop our super, which will create so many crystals and diamond lances as well on top of it, as soon as, because once the cooldown goes, it creates all of them, and you get your regeneration up is onto 10 seconds because I keep doing it, and you can just walk through all of this as well. It's such an underrated setup, to be honest, Behemoth these days, but I really enjoy how it's going with it right now. As you can see, I'm just running around, I'm just shattering everything. Telesto, boom, everything blows up. And of course then if you run out of crystals, if you're stuck for grenades or whatever with that setup, then you can just, boom, you can do that. You can just use your Telesto and stuff to get explosive wells. You can use Reed Regrets and Peace Bond to generate more wells on top of that as well. So it's really fun. So again, with Reeds, because it's particles on, you can just tap these boys and they're pretty much destroyed really easy. And of course, as you can see, there's a crystal on a crystal right here. Destroy 2 of them. Generation 10 seconds with that setup then as well. You punch him, get rid of him. Get our lance, get rid of him. And of course Telesto being Telesto, it just absolutely decimates everything in its path. We'll grab this chest and get the last group of enemies, and then we'll go through the build one more time. So I'm going to pop this down as I said. And as a crystal formed, it blew up everything and it generated 2 wells there, 5 crystals, and 3 wells and a stasis lance on 1 grenade throw. So that is ridiculous. And your abilities are just forever full. You can use your party kill as well, so that detonates everything with party construction to destroy it up. Telesto as a whole is just very strong as well. It's a really fun, explosive build. So again, you want your Peace Bomb with Headstone, you want your Reed Regrets with Headstone, a Death Big Ones in here if you got it from the GMs, you want your Telesto, you want Mask of the Quiet, you want the help with that whenever you're getting damage, you're getting grenade ability energy, you want to have elemental shards, you want to have bountiful wells and a double ordnance, and the other mods don't matter too much other than particle deconstruction to help with the damage you do. Also, then for the subclass, you want your Shiver Strike, of course, you can't change that. You want your Glacier Grenade, as you saw, you throw it down, you just shatter it constantly, kill everything around you, get all of your wells, shards, lances as well. So again, Diamond Lance, your Tectonic Harvest to create those shards. Your crystals, when you destroy the crystal, you create your shards. Always get that mixed up. And then for your fragments, you want Whisperer Shards for the grenade recharge and crystal shatters. Then you got your Whisperer Rending. And then you also got your Whisperer Torment, which pairs really well with Mask of the Quiet One. And that's the build. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Any feedback is always appreciated. Like and subscribe if you like what you saw. And I will catch you in the next one.